Welcome back to Missed It by How Much. This is the channel where we test sports hypotheses using gaming engines. We're currently in the 1990 season trying to see if the lack of Alfredo Griffin will help the Dodgers win the Western Division over the Cincinnati Reds. Right now, Dodgers lead over the San Francisco Giants by 3 games and 3.5 over Cincinnati. Currently in an 8-game road trip. This will be the last game of that road trip. We're currently 5-2. We just lost our last game to the New York Mets, who will be playing again. I believe it was 13-3 last time we played. I hope to play a little bit better today's matchup, as outlined by the schedule that you see in front of you, is Tim Belcher, who's 3-0 with a 3.60 ERA, against David Cone, 1-3 with a 4.65. Although I believe the Mets are now on an 11-game winning streak. If you look over to the right, you see Lenny Dykstra is up to a 20-game hitting streak. I believe Bobby Bonilla's streak has ended. So let's construct our normal lineup for today's game, the getaway game before coming back home. Eddie Murray will lead off and play first base. Cal Daniels will hit second and play left field. Mike Scioscia will catch. Kirk Gibson will play center field. Stan Javier has been hot lately, and he'll have an opportunity to play right field. Lenny Harris will play at second base. Mike Sharperson will play third. Jose Vizcaino has the shortstop position down on lock. And Tim Belcher will start and bat ninth. The expected runs is 4.9. Our goal every game is to get 5 runs. It looks as though Tim Cruz is available. Out of the bullpen, Fernando is available. Darren Holmes, Jay Howell is back. Ray Searage. Jim Gott has not pitched in 2 games, and he has thrown 9 pitches in the last 4 games. He's not available. Dave Walsh, who's thrown 15 pitches in 4 days, is not available. And John Wetland, who finished up yesterday after Neidlinger's terrible game, is not available. So that's how we'll start off today against the Mets. The Mets lineup, see if it's this normal one. Howard Johnson at short today instead of third. Magadan in the second slot. Sasser, who played very well at catches. Strawberry McReynolds. Boston's in there. Tim Tuffle, who had a 3-run home run and an MVP award last game, will bat 7th and play second. And I believe Tom O'Malley was on the injured list. He's back. He'll play third and hit 8th, and David Cone will pitch. Has not started off well this season, but would not surprise me if this isn't a difficult game. Cal Daniels in a 12-game hitting streak. Eddie Murray with a 10-game hitting streak. Mackey Sasser with a 10-game hitting streak. And Darryl Strawberry with an 11-game. The wind is blowing in from left field, so for what that's worth, left-handers have a 7% advantage in home runs. Everything else is negative. If you look at the top, the weather looks good. We're ready to play. Eddie Murray will start us off, and away we go. And he strikes out. So 1 down for Cal Daniels. Again, 12-game hitting streak against Cone. He lifts one to right. Strawberry going back and watches it go over his head as Cal Daniels homers. And the Dodgers get out early, 1-0 on the scoreboard. For Cal, that's number 11 at 346 feet. I believe he leads the National League. Scioscia up third. He hits a ground ball that gets over the mound to Howard Johnson, who's a 3 at shortstop, but he pegs it over to first and gets Scioscia. 2 down for Kirk Gibson. He hits a ground ball to Johnson again. Kirk with a little bit more speed. Let's see if it matters. The throw to first is close, but they get him. That'll end the first half inning. The Dodgers get a run on Cal Daniels' solo shot. 1-0. Here come the Mets. Howard Johnson starts off against Tim Belcher and strikes out. Dave Maganin. It's a ground ball. Looks like Harris shifts just over the base bag over to Murray. 2 down for Sasser. He hits a ground ball to Vizcaino, it looks like this time. Over to Murray. And we're through 1. It's 1-0 Dodgers to the second. Stan Javier starts off against Cone and walks. That's an important part of Javier's game is walking. He does get on base a lot, sometimes just by being selective at the plate. A 77% chance of running here. But we're not going to do that. Throw over to first. Javier's back. It goes slightly down to 74%. No matter. We're going to let Lenny Harris hit. Attempt to hit, and he walks. So the Javier moves over to second, runner in scoring position. Still nobody out for Sharperson, who can bunt effectively. But behind him is Vizcaino and Belcher, who's a terrible hitter. Vizcaino's hit decently on this trip, but still with a .239 average. We do not bunt a lot on our team, so we're going to let Sharperson try to hit. Is popped up. They're going to get to the outfield a little bit. Short outfield. Tuffle looks like, nope, it's over his head. Boston comes in and makes the catch. Let's see if Javier tries a tag. He does, and he moves up to third. So productive out for Sharperson. Harris still at first. 1 out for Vizcaino. And Belcher on deck. Let's see if he gets a good pitch. And he strikes out. Not surprising. So it's up to Belcher, who currently has 1 hit on the season and 15 at-bats and 1 RBI. Let's see if he can get a second one. And he does not. And he strikes out. So the Dodgers threaten. Nothing happens. We're through 1.5. 1-0 Dodgers for Strawberry. And he walks. 11-game hitting streak in tow. 1 on. Strawberry could run at 76%. Here's McReynolds. Good numbers. OPS of 1.064, so Belcher has to pay attention here. Strawberry goes. Throw to second. He is safe. Third stolen base for Strawberry. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. 0-1 count on McReynolds. And he gets a base hit up the middle. That should tie the game. See if Gibson throws into second. Ooh, it does not tie the game. Strawberry is held at third. I guess because there's nobody out. Huh. Okay. Surprising to me. Dodgers are not going to, you're going to have to score more than 1 run to escape. So play the infield normally. Runners at the corners. Nobody out for Boston. Be a good time for a strikeout. So there's a 53% chance. It looks like Boston has struck out. So we can try for the strike him out, throw him out, double play. Let's go for it. Nope. McReynolds is safe. Okay, so that was only strike 2 on Boston. So nobody out. So 2 runners in scoring position now. And Boston's still up there, so we're going to have to hope for a strikeout here, or we're going to give up a run. And he gets it. So, 1 out. Tuffle is up. Now, Cohn's hitting 462. I don't know if I really want to pitch to him or not. Tuffle is hot. Tuffle just hit a 3-run shot yesterday. He's up to 271. His numbers are really good. And O'Malley is not. So we're going to take a chance. I don't normally do this, but we're going to walk the bases loaded with 1 out. And we're going to pitch to O'Malley. And his numbers are not nearly as good. But he just needs a fly ball to get a run home. And then we'll deal with Cohn. So taking a big chance here for a productive inning for the Mets. Could be a big crooked number up there. But I like the chances with O'Malley. But we'll see. Here we go. Live and learn. Belcher's pitch is a fly ball. It's back. Is that a grand slam? If I just gave up a grand slam, it's my fault. Still going. It's still going. It's a grand slam. Whoo, was that a bad move by me? I put an extra run on the board. And Tom O'Malley, just off the DL, hits a grand slam. And the Mets lead 4-1. That's his first home run of the season. And a bad time for Belcher to give it up. But we don't have to worry about Cohn now. 1 out. Belcher's pitch. It's a ground ball to Vizcaino. Throw over to Murray. And we would have gotten out of the inning if we could have got O'Malley there. Ifs and nuts. Howard Johnson with 2 outs. Bases empty. It's 4-1 Mets. And he hits a fly ball. That's back is Gibson. It's going to come down. It is. And it's caught. Ends the inning, but a big inning for the Mets. They put up a 4 spot. It's 4-1 Mets after 2. Well, there's always time to come back. 7 innings left. 21 outs. Eddie Murray starts off the third with a ground ball past Magadan and past Strawberry. Is he going for 3? Oh, it's going to be close. He is safe. His 3rd triple for Eddie Murray. So the Dodgers trying to get back in it, need a run here. And this is the guy to have up, Cal Daniels, who currently has 11 RBI. Or, excuse me, 30 RBI. He has 11 home runs in the replay. Cones is a fly ball to Strawberry. We'll see if they test his arm here. Strawberry coming in. Murray, there's a 93% chance. That's good enough for me. He may get thrown out at the plate, but he does not. It's 4-2 on the sacrifice fly. So the Dodgers still in it as of right now. Scioscia hits a fly ball to Strawberry. That should be caught. And it is 2 down for Kirk Gibson. Pitch is a base hit in the gap. Does that get by him? Is that a double or not? Nope, just a single for Gibson. Tying run at the plate. You don't usually hear that in the 3rd inning, but it is. Stan Javier, who walked his first time up. First to throw over to try to get Gibson. They do not. Now it's up to 81% chance. I'm not going to go here. I was thinking about it. And Javier strikes out anyhow. 2.5. Dodgers get more run than that half inning. It's 4-2 Mets. Second time through for Belcher. The top of the lineup, Magadan. It's a ground ball to Eddie. One first baseman beats the other one to the bag. 1 out. For Sasser. He makes contact. Ground ball to Vizcaino. He should take his time. Long throw to Murray. That's 2 outs. And here's Strawberry. 11-game hitting streak. Hits one deep, but Javier seems to be coming in and got a beat on this one. Recovers after the grand slam very nicely. We're through 3. It's 4-2 Mets. Harris leads off with a base hit into center field. See if he tries for 2. He is. Throw to second. He's got it. 5th double of the year. Mike Sharperson up next. Can bunt here and hope Vizcaino can make contact. But I'm not going to do that. We're going to play for some runs here. We always play for not just one run, multiple runs. And Sharperson hits one into right. I don't think Harris will try to score here on Strawberry's arm, but we'll see. Yeah, he's not going to try. A 40% chance. So we have runners at the corners with nobody out. A chance here, if we can make contact, to get within 1 run. Sharperson is 79%. You can play hit and run here. He's a 6. But Vizcaino has enough trouble just making contact, I feel like. Cone at 69 pitches. We're just going to let him try to hit. He struck out his first time up. Let's hope he can make some contact here. It's not. That's the 5th strikeout for Cone. And 1 out for Belcher. If he doesn't hit into a double play here, Murray will at least get a chance. Let's hope he strikes out. And he does. That's the 6th strikeout for Cone. Now with 2 outs, it's up to Eddie Murray to get a run home here and get within 1. Cone's pitch. And Murray makes contact, but that's what I needed 2 batters ago with a fly ball to Strawberry. No runs will score in the inning. It's still 4-2 Mets through 3.5. Belcher against McReynolds. And there's a liner that looks like that's going to fall in center field. It does for a base hit. Is it just a single? Yes. Gibson throws it back in. Brings up Boston with nobody out. And there's a wild pitch, it looks like. It is. McReynolds moves up to second. There's a 3-2 count on Boston. A strikeout here would be nice. And he gets it. His 3rd strikeout. 1 out for Tuffle, who scored a run on the walk. But he strikes out here. 4th strikeout. And here's O'Malley, who hit the grand slam. The numbers don't look bad. Of course, they didn't look bad when he hit the grand slam. Belcher walks him this time. So 1st and 2nd for the pitcher Cone. He's 0 for 1. Cone with 6 hits and 14 at-bats with an RBI. Cone makes contact, hits a liner to Harris. He's got it. That'll end the half inning. Well, actually, it'll end the whole inning. We're through 4. It's 4-2 Mets for Daniels to lead off in the 5th. He has a home run. And he's got another hit here into right field. Strawberry picks it up. Throwing into second. It's going to be close. He's got it. His 7th double of the season for Daniels, and he's in scoring position. And Cone has not looked great. He's only given up 2 runs, but 6 hits for the Dodgers. He's avoided the big inning. Here's Scioscia with nobody out. We don't bunt. It's a ground ball to third. O'Malley over to first. It's going to be close. And they got him. See if Daniels moved up on that play. He did not. He stayed a second. 1 out for Gibson. Pitch by Cone. It's a liner. Is that going to be caught by Boston? It is. Daniels holds. So far nothing. 2 chances to get him home. Couldn't do it. Javier, 0 for 1, will face Cone here. And he strikes out. 7th strikeout for Cone. Getting the plays when he needs them. We're through 4.5. 4-2 Mets. Belcher against John to the bottom of the 5th. He hits a fly ball. Looks playable for Gibson. It's 1 out. Next up is Magadan. Struck him out. 5 strikeouts for Belcher. For Sasser, he has a 10-game hitting streak on the line. It's a ground ball to Belcher. Over to Murray. And we're through 5. 4-2 Mets. Just the 1 grand slam. I know that's like saying only broke 1 of his toes. Well, 4 of his toes once. But Belcher has pitched well overall. Unfortunately, that 1 second innings, quite a disaster. But this is a Dodger team that should be able to score runs, and 2 runs is not enough. So Cone at 96 pitches. Harris, again, he hits a ground ball to top. Should be an easy count. There's 1 down in the 6th. Just trying to knock him out, but he's got an expected pitch count of 130, so that's going to be hard to do. Sharperson up next. And he strikes out 8 for Cone. A lot of strikeouts here. This Caino. Next. Victim. Strikeout number 9 for Cone. We're through 5.5. It's 4-2 Mets. Dodgers still hanging in there. Let's see how much longer Belcher can go. Facing Strawberry with 11-game hitting streak. Danger zone. Contact, but it's weakly hit to Harris. Over to Murray. 1 out. For McReynolds. Belcher going back. Strikes him out. 6 Ks for Belcher. Boston up next. Belcher 90 pitches so far. But Boston hits one down the line. It goes to the wall. Javier has to pick it up. That's at least a double. See if he holds this second. He does. That's his 5th double of the season. So, have to play careful here. Cannot afford to give up any more runs. Or this one's done. Still hanging in there 4-2. The Mets with only 4 hits thus far. Good numbers for Tuffle here. Let's see if Belcher can bear down and get this out. There's a fly ball. Oh no. I remember this from yesterday. It's deep. And it's not playable. Tim Tuffle is blazing hot with a 2-run shutoff. Belcher, and that should probably do it. The Mets now lead 6-2. Tim Tuffle trying for another MVP award, his 5th home run of the season, 391 feet, and that probably going to put it out of reach. The bottom of this Mets lineup is the one that's hurt Belcher, not the top. Still going to let him face O'Malley and see if he can get out of this half inning. He strikes him out. That's 7 Ks. That would have been nice in the 2nd inning. And that's probably it for Belcher. Although, to be honest, I don't know who's going to hit much better than Belcher that's on our bench right now. Although, that's probably it for him. Either way. Let's see. They only have right-handed hitters. Oh. Jose Gonzalez is going to get a shot. Oh, Fernando? Yeah, let's let Fernando try. Maybe he could start a rally here. And he may get a chance to pitch if this game's still out of reach. All right, Fernando, start us off. Let's see if he can start a rally here. Fernando's batting .667. 2 RBI. Doesn't look like good numbers against Cone. We'll see. Here we go. And he hits a ground ball to Magadan. That should be an easy out. 1 down. For Murray, 1 for 3. He hits a ground ball to Magadan. He hasn't practiced yet today. He beats the other first baseman to the bag. Payback there for earlier in the game. 2 down for Cal Daniels. 2 for 2. Home run, and he walks. Scioscia's up. 0 for 3 thus far. And he hits a ground ball. This should be an easy out. Let's see who gets it. Johnson. He's just going to beat Daniels to second. And that'll end the half inning. We're through 6.5. Still 6-2 Mets. And we're going to see if we can just let Valenzuela pitch. We're going to have to go to the roster screen and put him in there. Dodgers are going to lose this series. That'll make them 5-3 on this road trip. Which again, the real team was 2-6. So I'm okay with that. I don't want to burn out the bullpen. I don't see a chance of coming back in this game, especially the way Cone is pitched, even though he's out of pitches and he's out of the game as Carrion comes in to hit for him. So we'll see if Valenzuela can just give me a half inning, maybe? That would be nice. Not waste any pitchers. He gets a ground ball to Vizcaino. Over to first. And he gets Carrion. Here's Howard Johnson. Howard doesn't hit lefties as well as he does righties, so we're going to try that. Magadan's on deck. Well, he hits Valenzuela well enough. There's a base hit and a right. Let's see if that's two or just a single. Just a single. And Valenzuela's going to get at least. I mean, there's 3 left-handers in a row, so. There's a foul tip. Strike 1. Tries Magadan. It's a fly ball to Gibson. That looks playable for Kirk. Got it. Is he going to try to run on Gibson's arm? No. Johnson stays at first. 2 out. Let's see if Valenzuela can get out of this. Sasser with the 10-game hitting streak. It's a ground ball. Gets over his head to Vizcaino. He's going to race Johnson to second. And he beats him. Keith Miller will come in to play center field as a double switch occurs. Well, no, just a defensive replacement. Jeff Musselman comes in for the Mets. Musselman has not pitched well, to say the least. 18.90 ERA. That was a bad year for pitchers. 18.90. 3 1/3, 7 hits, a home run, and a walk, and 2 Ks. So, chance to score some runs, maybe get back into it. 6 outs left for the Dodgers. Starting with Gibson. The lefty fires and walks him. That's one way to get on base. For Javier, not as good against lefties, but he's going to get a chance here against Musselman. It's a liner to Hojo. That's 1 down. Gibson stays at first. For Harris. Again, not the greatest against lefties. It's a fly ball to left. McReynolds coasting in. 2. I've been impressed with the pitching from the Mets in this series. Again, only a 2-game set, but somebody you could face in the playoffs if we can get there. Sharperson, 1 for 3. Got good numbers here against Musselman. And he gets a base hit into left field. Miller cuts it off. He's an 8 with a 1 arm. Gibson's going to run backwards into third and make it easily. A 1 arm. Whew. So Vizcaino, who hits lefties well, and those numbers look good. 402 average, 518 on base. Slug is 402. He has no power. OPS of 921. We're going to give him a shot against Musselman here. And if it comes to it, Valenzuela will get pulled. We'll see if it can make contact. He does. But this should be an easy out for Johnson. Oh, Tuffle takes it and throws him out at first. No run score. It's still 6-2. So Valenzuela's still in there, and he'll face Strawberry. This is probably Daryl's last shot at extending his 11-game hitting streak. And he says, bring it on. His average is 311. The box says on base of 429, slug of 579, and a total OPS of 1.008. If you're in the parking lot, if you're somewhere in the upper deck, get your glove ready. Because this could be a powerful shot against Valenzuela, who's not pitched well this season. Let's try it. He hits a ground ball to Sharperson. Mike picks it up. Long throw to first. This is going to be close. And he's out. And so that probably ends the batting The hitting streak at 11 games for Darryl, although he did score a run in the game. 1 out for McReynolds. And now I'm starting to think, let's just leave him in. We're not coming back in this game. This could get parked into the left field parking lot. Nope, it's down the left field line. Daniels going into the stand, looks like, to make that catch. I guess he didn't fall in. It looked like he was close to, though. 2 outs. Valenzuela pitching well. We'll face Keith Miller and try to get through 2 full innings here. And he gets a ground ball. See if it bounces over Valenzuela. Lenny Harrison backing up over to Murray. And Valenzuela does it. Nice job. Musselman continues here. We can hit for Valenzuela. 561. Let's see if anybody can beat that. Juan Samuel is a 912 against Musselman. So we're going to try Juan. We're going to give him a shot. He's supposed to be able to hit lefties. He's going to come in and pinch hit for Fernando. And see if he can lead us off here. Striking out. I could have Fernando do that. Dodgers down to their last 2 outs, and their best 2 hitters are going to be up. So Eddie Murray first. And it looks like he gets a base hit through the right side. Strawberry comes in and picks it up. That's the second hit for Eddie. A poor play by Tuffle. That's one of the few poor plays he's had in the last 2 games. And the pitcher from yesterday, Wally Whitehurst, will come back in to try to finish this off. And he'll face Cal Daniels, who had his 11th home run earlier in the game, with Eddie Murray at first. 2 for 2. And he strikes him out. So some Met pitcher finally gets Cal Daniels today. And Mike Scioscia is the Dodgers' last chance of extending this game. He's 0 for 4. And his numbers don't look good against Whitehurst. And he hits a fly ball. Keith Miller coming in. This will be it. The Mets again dominate. And on the basis of a bad call by me to load the bases and a grand slam in the second inning, the Mets easily win this one as well. After 13-3 yesterday, they win 6-2. And the Dodgers go home licking their wounds after getting swept in a series. At the end of May 12th day, well, first let's look at this horrible stats. Dodgers do out-hit the Mets 8-6. But that isn't the name of the game. The big blow was right here. Tom O'Malley's grand slam. That pretty much cooked the goose. Overall, not a horrible outing. Well, he did give up the 2-run shot to Tim Tuffle. If he just would have eliminated the home run. So Belcher ends up with 6 runs on 5 hits in 6 innings, 3 walks, 7 Ks. Not outstanding. A game score of 42. Valenzuela comes in and pitches okay. And Cone rebounds nicely. Gets a second win of the season. 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 9 Ks. And good relief from Musselman and Whitehurst. Anything special here? Poor play by Tuffle. Poor Tim. He only hit 2 home runs in this series. The Mets are up to 17-13. The Dodgers are down to 19-12. There you see the standings. 5 runs in 2 games is not going to cut it, no matter how many pitching home runs you give up. We're again shooting for 5 runs, as you see there on the screen. We're only at 4.9, and it might go down a little bit after this game. After a great start to this road trip, sweep of 3 games in Philadelphia, only won 2 out of 3 in Montreal, gave 1 away in the middle of that series, and then lost both games in New York. Granted, a good team, though. The Mets are playing much better. They started off poorly. Dodgers now 2.5 up on San Francisco and 3 over Cincinnati. Houston at 3.5. Pittsburgh now vaults into first in the East. The Mets are, I guess they could share. They have the same record, so I don't know why their picture isn't displayed, but it's not. So it's really a tie in the East, Pittsburgh and the Mets, with Chicago now a half game back, Philadelphia a game and a half back, Montreal a game and a half back, and St. Louis planning what to write on the arch for the rest of the season. I would say Atlanta in the West is probably out of it. San Diego drifting towards it. In the West, in the American League West, Minnesota is ahead of Oakland, although Oakland has played really well. I believe they've won 10 in a row. We'll see here if I can bring that up in a moment. Seattle is 4 back. I believe Oakland's won 10 in a row. They will be back in the division race. The Red Sox are coasting. There's 3.5 up over Toronto, 6.5 over Cleveland. They still haven't lost 10 games. They're the only team that has not lost double digits. Minnesota has kind of gone backwards a little bit. They're still in first place. But Oakland's getting healthy, and I can't see Oakland being held out of getting the division lead probably by the end of the month. Boston and Toronto probably will be in it towards the end of till the end of the season. Behind Cleveland, Detroit, Baltimore, Milwaukee, and New York are way back. In the West, Kansas City is probably out of it. Chicago is close. I mean, Seattle needs to hit better if it's going to hang around in the American League West. We'll see when the snapshot comes up in a minute. Well, that won't list a streak there. There you see, I mean, meaningful stats. Boston is leading the entire league in hitting, and Minnesota is leading it in pitching, and that's why they're in first place right now. Cecil Fielder leads Cal Daniel. Well, they're tied in home runs. So let's take a little sneak peek at May 13th's games really quick. Yeah, if you look over here to the right, Oakland has a 10-game winning streak. That is why they're back in it. And there's a great performance on May 11th by Dave Stewart, 9 innings pitched, no earned runs. Still seeking our first no-hitter. Thought we had it maybe with Joe McGreen and St. Louis, but that did not occur. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Missed It by How Much.